Thanks for tuning in for another Essential RC flight test. We've got another warbird on the bench from our friends at banggood.com. This is the Top RC Hobby FW-190. Let's take the components out of the box. Let's see what we get. So here we go. We've got all the components out of the box. It was very well packaged, no damage in transit, which is really good. It's made of EPO foam, so it's going to be very resilient to any knocks that we might give it. And the scheme is already applied, no decals to apply, which is one of those things that can take a long time if you do have to apply those, but it's all good to go. All the electronics already in place, so you've got the motor and the speed controller already in place. You just have to attach the propeller and the spinner, which are over there. Access to the battery bay with a catch, and then it lifts up at the front. So you can see the speed controller in there. Cables for the elevator and rudder into your receiver, and the throttle from the speed controller. Very good. Turning it over. Servos for the elevator and rudder, and again the speed control you can see. Wing is going to attach in the front, into the front, and is screwed into the back with some bolts. Push rods go from the servos and exit out the back. So the rudder is already in place. We just need to glue in, I suspect, the horizontal stabiliser elevator. Easily done. Then we've got the wing. So there's nothing to do on the wing. It's already done. You can see the cables out the top for the flaps, the ailerons and the landing gear. Scheme is already applied, so you can see underneath the aileron servo already hooked up to the horn on the aileron. Flaps servo in place, hooked up to the flap, and we've got the retracts in place as well with the wheel covers. So it all looks really good. So that's it. We've got an instruction manual, but I don't even think I'm going to need it. It's just going to screw together, and then we just got to drop in the receiver. So let's see what it looks like after it's assembled. So let's go through the quick steps of assembly. So we've got the horizontal stabiliser elevator ready to go in place. You'll notice the horn is removed from one elevator, and that's so we can push it through the slot in the fuselage, and we just have to apply a bit of glue, and I'm going to use U-Hoo-Paw here and on top and push it through, then attach the horn on the other side and attach the two push rods. One thing to point out is that in the instructions they do show the little plastic back plate as a separate item, because you need to put two screws through this horn, through the elevator, and then through this back plate. Now that back plate is not a separate item in the plastic bag that they give you. It is actually already on the other side of this elevator. So don't go looking for it, you won't find it. It's already here. And all you need to do is to push on this horn and put two screws all the way through into that back plate. Attaching the wing is very straightforward. We just use the two bolts provided. But make sure that you thread through all of the servo leads that you need into just under the cockpit, so you can attach those to your receiver. So you should have separate leads for ailerons, flaps, landing gear and lights to attach into your receiver. Attaching the propeller is the last major thing to do. So just remove the nut and the washer and the locking washer from the motor shaft, then slide on the propeller onto the motor shaft, making sure that you do not cover these grooves, because the spinner will need to recess into those. And after you put the propeller on, you need to put the washer, the locking washer and the nut on in that order and tighten up the nut. And the final step is to attach the spinner. So push that into the recesses for the back plate, behind the propeller and tighten up the bolt. But my advice is to use some thread lock on that bolt to make sure that it doesn't come loose when it's actually spinning and the model is in flight. So there we go, that's the Top RC Hobby FW-190 ready to go. Took literally 15 to 20 minutes to put together because it is just ready more or less as it comes out of the box. All the electronics are already installed and the scheme is already applied, so not a lot to do. If you want extra tips on how to put this together, then please look in the video description. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to the first mission of this FW-190. What you should do is subscribe to the Essential RC YouTube channel using the button down below and click on the bell icon so that you get notifications of all our future video uploads. But thanks for watching this one. We'll see you for the maiden flight really soon.